Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hello, Deirdre. Well, let's get the peas in here. And I think the best way to do that is to go into our heart. So let's do some heart brain coherence. Hand on your heart and breathe in love, breathe in peace, breathe in joy, and exhale all of that back out, sending it out to our family, sending it out to anyone who wants to join us this morning for a little bit of love and joy. Good morning, Andrea Gregg. And put a smile on your face. And then, how we do it here at Cuppa is you call somebody into your heart. When we call them into our heart, we're calling them into our arms of love. So smile, love, reach out, and just be you. Be happy, be joyous, and know that I am enough. I am worthy. Miracles are happening to me every day. I've been saying this for 112 days in a row. And how amazing the miracles that have happened, the things that have transpired with just making that shift, that one shift of a positive attitude in the morning, of knowing our worthiness, knowing that we deserve happiness and joy. And look at, we called the peas in. Good morning, Annie7. Good morning, Kathleen. Good morning, Kathy Hand. We missed you yesterday, Kathy. Good morning, Susan Flo. Hello, everybody. It's so good to be here this morning. Brandy, there you are, my Brandy girl. So glad you're here. How's everybody doing? Let's do a little check-in after the weekend. Did you have too much weekend, not enough weekend, or was it just right? It would be the three bears and see how our weekends were. And are you ready for this week? I know some are going back to work, some are just dealing with everyday life. So what's happening on this Monday? Go ahead and share. Let us know how you're doing. It's an exciting day in the P family because I haven't checked my messages, but I think that our Dolly girl gets to come home today. And I know Blue has been just beside herself, being ready and making sure everything's in place for it to work perfectly. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. Hi, Joanne. Good morning to you. Okay, so share, and let me know how you're doing, how your weekend turned out. The family's back. I went to the airport last night and picked up Ruth and her husband. So they're home, and boy, were the kids ever happy to have them home. You would think that they hadn't seen them in months instead of a week, but they were very, very happy to have mom and dad back home. We had a wonderful evening together, catching up and hearing about all their adventures up in New England. And yay for Dolly, yes, indeed. Dolly is coming home, and we're all thrilled about that. And Brandy saying your affirmations this morning. I am enough. I am worthy. Miracles and happiness happen to me every day. I am healthy, and I love myself. Talk to yourself. Make sure that you're saying those those positive things every day. It does make a difference. Your body responds to that positivity, just like Dr. Emoto's experiment with water. When he talked positive, it was a beautiful experience, and the water responded in a beautiful way. Well, we're mostly water. So when we talk to our bodies, it's the same idea. The body is going to respond in a very positive way, and everything will work perfectly. I know, I want Blue to jump in here. She's probably very busy trying to get everything just right. My nose is itching. That usually means that there's company coming. Well, that's beautiful, Deirdre. She's hugging our Linda Lemieux today. Yeah, let's get Linda in here. And Kathy says, my cousin Paula and I had a great weekend and even won some money at bingo yesterday. I'm on my way to work and she's headed home to Pittsburgh. Awesome. I'm so glad you had a good time. And Brandy uses the Morning Cuppa as her manifesting check-in. Well, it is Manifesting Monday, and I think I said last week we were going to check in this week and see how everybody's doing with manifesting. So if you'd like to start sharing, we'll see what kind of miracles you brought forth. And the message, I can do story time. I know y'all love story time, and I love sharing what the angels had to say. So story time today is called Freedom to Be. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you're not in this world to live up to mine. It's a quote from Bruce Lee. In today's world, full of opinions, demands, and unspoken rules, it's easy to feel weighted down by the expectations of others. Parents, friends, colleagues, and even society at large often project their visions of success, happiness, or purpose onto us. But this powerful quote, attributed to the visionary Bruce Lee, reminds us that our journey is uniquely our own. It's a call to embrace authenticity, to honor our inner truth, and to release the burden of living for someone else's approval. From a young age, we're taught to seek validation. We're praised for fitting in, for achieving what others deem worthy, or for following a well-trodden path. But what happens when those expectations clash with who we are at our very core? The pressure to conform can stifle our dreams, dim our light, and leave us feeling unfulfilled. Whether it's pursuing a career to please your family, altering your personality to fit in with the crowd, or sacrificing your passions to meet societal standards, living for others' expectations can disconnect you from your true self. On the flip side, we often place expectations on others. We might want our loved ones to act a certain way, to share our values, or to follow paths we think are best. But just as we yearn for freedom to be ourselves, so do they. Recognizing this mutual need for authenticity fosters deeper, more compassionate connections. Dear angels, as we navigate this path of self-discovery, it's natural to seek guidance from the divine. So my question to you is, how can we find the courage to live authentically, free from the expectations of others, while still fostering love and connection in our relationships? Dear ones, you are a spark of divine light, created with unique purpose that resonates within your heart. To live authentically is to align with this sacred essence, to listen to the whispers of your soul above the clamor of the world. Courage comes from trusting that you are enough, just as you are. The expectations of others are but mirrors of their own hopes and fears. Release them with love, for they are not yours to carry. As you honor your truth, approach others with compassion and curiosity. See them as fellow travelers, each with their own divine blueprint. When you let go of judgment and control, you create space for authentic love to flourish. Speak your truth gently, act with integrity, and trust that those meant to walk with you will honor your light as you honor theirs. Call upon us when doubt arises. We surround you with strength and clarity, reminding you that your worth is infinite and your path is sacred. Letting go of expectations, both those imposed on you and those you impose on others, is an act of liberation. It's about trusting yourself to define your own success, to carve your own path, and to live in alignment with your values. It's also about granting others the same grace. Inspire others by example. When you live authentically, you give those around you permission to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon, lighting the way for others to embrace their own truth. The angels whisper, "You are a masterpiece, unfolding in divine timing. Trust your heart, release the weight of expectations, and shine your unique light." Angels, today I promise to release my expectations of others and live fully in my own power without judgment. Because really, when we think about it, isn't that what an expectation is? Aren't we judging, whether we're judging ourselves, judging other people, judging society? That's the expectation, that either I'm going to live up to something or somebody else is going to do something a certain way, or the collective, the society we live in, is going to act a certain way. And boy, have we seen that in play, right? It's been kind of tough having expectations about how the collective that's here on earth right now, ever how many billion of us there are, that we're going to act a certain way, that we're going to get along with each other. And I know that's in our hearts. We want that. We want peace. And to be able to have that peace, we need to let everybody live, to let everybody be who they are without us trying to dictate it and trying to say, no, no, you have to do this, you have to live this way, you have to meet my expectations. And that's where we start getting irritated and frustrated and thinking that we've been let down or lied to, or not going to have our life be a certain way. So losing expectations, it's hard, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is hard to let other people be who they're going to be and who they need to be at peace with themselves. So I think it's huge to look at that, to look at the expectations we hold, even when it comes to manifesting. And really, that's the manifesting tip for today, is whatever that is that you're holding out there that you want to bring forth in your life, how can I let go of my expectation, because maybe there's a component that says you have to go along with my game plan, right? I'm going to manifest something, but you have to do your part. You have to step up. You have to do something. So when we're trying to manifest, many times we look outside of ourselves instead of totally looking at what we're doing, our attitude, our belief system, our concept of how that's going to transpire. So we put a lot of emphasis on the how when we're wanting something, when we desire something to either come to us or to change, to be a certain way. So expectations, that's a biggie. And that's what we need to look at today. And let's see who came in. Pat Moss came in while the reading was being done. Good morning, Pat. And Brandy says, this is a great message. Thank you, angels. Absolutely. They they said, we're not going to sugarcoat this. We're not going to mess around. You've got to look at the expectation that you're holding as you want to bring in whatever that desire is. And Leo, good morning, good morning. That's right, Deirdre. Expectations and trust. Trusting means letting go, right? Letting go of how we perceive that something is going to happen. Just be and EIWP, it sums up how simple life can be. It doesn't have to be complicated. The angels say, you humans complicate everything. Just let it be. Just like that song. And now that song's probably going to be in everybody's head today. Let it be, let it be, let it be now. Speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. I love that song so much. And Kuan Yin says, be bold. This started yesterday. Yesterday with the messages, everything was falling into sync. Everything was lining up. The messages from the angels, the messages from the cards, messages from spirit, and it's continuing today. So the angel message was just be, and Kuan Yin's message is be bold. If we have been taught to always settle for less than what we dream of, we may wonder if living a boldly optimistic life is unrealistic. But you are an adventurer, a divine explorer on the wild path of life. You have been created with those bold dreams in your heart, and you are meant to fulfill them with the loving encouragement and support of life. Just be bold. What a message. How many of you think of yourself as bold? Let's see how we do with that. If you think of yourself as bold, just say yes. And I know that we each have an interpretation of what that means, right? For some people, being bold just means opening the door and walking outside, being out in this thing called life and being around other people. That can be bold to some because it might be intimidating for you to go outside and to be around others. For some, being bold means speaking up, saying what's on your mind and what's on your heart. And when you're speaking your truth, that can be kind of intimidating because we might have that thought process of, oh, they're going to judge me, right? That expectation that other people might see us in a certain way or not like what they hear or see. And that's big. I have friends that they do speak up, and sometimes other people blast them for their beliefs. and blast them for the things that they're saying and their expectations. And I just want to say to them, stop it. Just like the what was it, Seinfeld? Just stop it and let everybody be. Let everybody have their say so. We all have opinions. We do. If we're in this world, we're going to have opinion about things and the way things, quote, should be or how we would like it to be. And we're entitled to our opinion. So when we speak up, that's us saying, this is what I think. And nobody can tell you how to think. If you're being blasted for your beliefs, then maybe you need to make a shift and a change away from those who are blasting you. And don't just stop speaking. Don't stop speaking up because somebody might think that it's wrong or that you're a little crazy for thinking the way you do. Speak anyway. And just don't pay attention to what others think about your thoughts, about your belief system. It's yours. You're entitled to it. And Deirdre is bold when necessary. Annie Seven's bold. Yes, you are. And Kathy says it depends on the situation. So that's interesting, Kathy. And sometimes I understand what you're saying. Sometimes being bold, when we speak up, we are taking a chance. And if we're in a certain situation, like a workplace, then it might be a little harder to be authentic and to say, this is how it is and this is how I think, right? Because there might be a little more judgment going on there. And it might be kind of difficult when you have to be around people every day for 8 hours or so. Brandy says, I am bold and unfiltered most of the time. I love that. And yes, you are. Good morning, Jim Rashan. Jim's checking in on his way to work. Oh, I hope you have a beautiful Monday as well, Jim. Thank you for joining in with us. All right. So I'm happy for those that feel like you can be authentic and be bold in your authenticity. But I think what we're saying, and especially like with the case of people who are constantly around others, like in a workplace, you have to use discernment, right? Be discerning about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it and how you present your opinions and your thoughts, your beliefs. All right, we are on, what page are we on? Page 39 in Angels in My Pocket. Does the rose think that it's done growing because the rosebud appeared? What if it gave up and thought that was as magnificent as it could be? Imagination is a spiritual gift bestowed upon you to create, explore, and manifest the extraordinary in your lives. When you believe strongly enough in that which you desire, you will most definitely see it manifest in your life. Keep going back to that saying, you will see it when you believe it. If you believe strongly and really, really believe that you're worth it, you're going to see it, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. To be able to accept others unconditionally, you must first accept yourself unconditionally. If you are tearing down your own self, you are more likely to do the same to others. True. This is truth. If we are constantly berating ourselves, belittling ourselves, and calling ourselves names, right, when we don't live up to our expectation, That's how we're going to treat others as well. We might not say the words out loud to others like we do to ourselves, but the attitude will be there and the judgment will be there. So throw those judgments out the window. Just be. Dear ones, when you close your eyes, there is nothing but a void. All the noise and distractions of the world fade away. This is an inner journey, not a destination. With each second of staying present, you descend deeper into the well of peace contained in your heart center. I love that message. What a great message to end this reading on. With each second of staying present, you descend deeper into the well of peace contained in your heart center. That's why it's so important to remember to do the heart brain, because when you are silent and you quiet the noise and the chatter that's in your mind and around you, you find that peace. You know, I know that many, if not all of us, have that desire for world peace. It's on our hearts, it's in our conversations, it's in our meditations and in our prayers, our daily prayer that Deirdre so beautifully posts for us every day. Says we pray for world peace, and we do. This is how we attain it, you guys. This is how we come to world peace. We hold it in our heart to be true. We hold it in our heart that we deserve it. We are worthy of having peace in our lives. And we believe with all of our being that it's possible. And then it starts with each one of us individually, going deep, deep, deep into our heart and saying, there it is. There's peace. And then we spread it like wildfire. We just send it out there with our very being. We don't have to force anything on anybody, any belief, any have to. It's just living it. And when we all start living it, then we're going to see that shift worldwide. And Brandy, I love that. She says, Deirdre, I know that you get crap often for speaking your mind. We all do. We all do. When we speak up, and that's why I don't have a lot of conversations that are controversial. I keep my circle small about what some of my beliefs are with what's going on in the world, because that's my belief, that's my opinion, and we're all entitled to it. But at the same time, we're going to catch crap from a lot of people when we start speaking our truth, because each one of us has our own way of seeing things, our own perspective, and the way I see it may not be the way you see it, and that's okay. It is perfectly okay to be who you are and to be you. But we don't have to try to impose it on other people. Brooky's here. Good morning, Brooke and Dylan and Sweet Max. All right, so let's get to our prayer time. And I don't have my chimes right here with me, but we can imagine that they're playing while we lift our vibration up. And thank you, Deirdre, for those prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, and prayers for our troops, especially the ones who are away from family and friends and loved ones, and prayers for our United States. Thank you for that. And Brandy, thank you for asking us to pray for those touched by suicide and or dementia of any type. Thank you. Hello, Julie Kiss. And Brandy says, I've been using the heart brain with Cletus. It really does help with him too. Oh, you're so welcome. It does make a difference. However, our energy is, the animals are going to respond to that. It's my belief that a lot of the attacks that happen from dogs, especially, happen because that fear is so prevalent in our system. We project that out and they pick up on it. And so they're going to act out because of it. If we stay centered and balanced in our heart, then we can affect the energy of our animals and of others in the world. So that's how we make a change. We make the shift inside. And if you have an animal, if you have a beloved angel in fur, I encourage you to do that, to go into your heart with the heart brain, touch your heart center, and then with the other hand, touch their heart or their, they have chakras just like we do. So if you're holding your heart center, and if you have an animal that has a little bit of separation anxiety or barks a lot or is acting fearful, place your hand on their root chakra, which would be at the very base of where the tail meets the body, and just place your hand there. That's their root chakra. And they'll feel that safety. They'll return to that feeling of love, and everything is working perfectly. And yeah, you can touch their heart or you can touch their crown, any of those chakras. The book that I have out is called Time Heals for Animals. I wrote it with Karen Palmer, and we share in there the animal chakras and how you can help help the animal heal themselves. So check it out if it's something that you're interested in. And Ruth's dog, Jetty, is on the cover of that book. I used a photograph that her daughter took of Jetty. He's so photogenic. I was just saying that last night. He's so beautiful and has this soulful look in his eyes. Thank you, Julie Kiss. Prayers for all in need, especially for your friend Connie. She will be transitioning to the other side soon. Oh, sweet one. I'll put her on our prayer list. And Deirdre says, Thump cannot help himself. When he hears your voice, he jumps on my lap. Hi, sweet Thump. I love you. Yes, placing your hand on the root chakra, that helps them to know that they're safe and that everything is okay in the world. Oh, awesome, Brandy. I think you'll really enjoy that book. There's a lot of good information in there. There's also information about how to know when your loved animal is getting ready to transition. They tell us, they give us the signs. And the animal whisperer. I think Ruth and Wayne were very surprised when I went to give the dogs treats last night, and they all just set up and waited for their treat, because usually it's chaos when you're trying to hand out treats in this household. But I worked with them while they were gone, and they respond. They respond to commands, and when you do it with love, they really respond to that energy. Kathleen says, prayers that love will touch the hearts of those who are feeling and sharing hate for others, so we can honor the God in each other instead. Thank you for that. Let's make that shift. I'm ready for that shift. I'm ready for us all to let each other just be. Let's go into our hearts. We have this huge prayer list that we are reminded every day that there are those hurting in the world. There are those that are just needing a touch of love, a touch of compassion. And then every day we add to it. If there's someone that you need us to hold up and hold in our hearts. So let's do that now. Let's go into our heart center by breathing in. Breathe in love and breathe out love. Breathe in compassion and care for others in the world, holding each person as unique, special, and divine. And then breathe that energy out. And when you breathe in again, let's be reminded that everyone is worthy, no matter what. Losing all judgment, losing all thought that there's anyone that's not deserving. Everyone's included in God's divine love. So let's put that out there, touching hearts across the world, not just our nation. Our nation needs this big time, but so does everyone in the world. Everyone deserves to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged. And we start with ourselves. So right now, breathe into your own heart. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are loved. And you deserve to be heard. You deserve to be seen. And we lift you up. Everyone that's gathered, everyone who will hear this message later on, you are loved. You are worthy. Let's lift our vibration with those words. I am worthy. And feel yourself lift up. Feel your wings kick in and breathe. Let us be the wind that lifts you as you recognize your worthiness. And we're lifting our vibration and our frequency up, 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 higher and higher yet, as we go right to the divine with all of our prayer requests. We lay them down. They're not ours. Let's lay down every thought, every belief that there's something that's outside of love. Maybe it's a judgment. Maybe it's a pain that came upon you because of judgment. Maybe it's trauma pain or ancestral pain. Whatever's going on, make the decision and the choice to let it go, to leave it with the Creator, to be seen, to be heard, and to finally be free of whatever is holding you back. Just lay it down. And we ask that the divine see each prayer request and answer it for the best and highest good of all. And we say thank you, we love you, we honor you, God. Amen. And then let's come back together. And the words are, thank you, I love you. Thank you, Brandy, for starting us off with that. And I'm going to put Leo's Morning Cuppa on here. There it goes. Yeah. I'm going to be walking at a beautiful lake that's close by and invite you to walk at that same time, or really any time during the day that you can. Walk with the intention that we have peace in our world. These are monthly peace walks that Spirit has guided us to do. So if you'd like to join in wherever you are, just take a moment, or if you can't stop at that time, just send positive energy into the world for peace.
The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love
Thank
you,
you. I
namaste.
love you. That's our mantra.
Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I
The
love you,
peas in the
namaste.
pod. That is us.
Every day, to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
All right, let's do the AAA dance.
There really is no secret. We simply
Simply
accept,
accept,
align,
align,
allow.
allow.
AAA,
AAA, y'all.
full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love
What a
you,
great
namaste.
time together this morning.
Joy every day. To start the day on a
And
high
I
vibe, we
hope
call
that
the AAA.
you
Morning
take
cup
that
full of
message
joy
to
with all the
heart,
bees and the pod. The daily
to
mantra is
lose
thank
your
you, I love you,
expectation
namaste.
and just be and allow the miracles to flow in. I hope our next man is watching. Max, we're getting ready to say woo to our Leo. Woo, there we go. All right. Leo, Leo. Thank you so much for that song, Leo. Thank you for lifting us up. And stay in your hearts today. Stay lifted. Stay in that beautiful place of peace. I love you so much. And I'll be back tomorrow with the Morning Cuppa. Have a wonderful day, everyone.